Australia's beef industry is a global powerhouse, generating $31.9 billion annually and exporting to over 100 countries, including the United States, where it supplies millions of pounds of high-quality beef. Unlike the US, where many processing plants still rely on labor-intensive methods, Australia faces unique challenges: labor shortages, strict safety regulations, and growing consumer demand for transparency. These pressures have driven Australia to adopt advanced technology, making its beef production faster, safer, and more efficient than many US operations. The Australian Meat Processor Corporation, AMPC, leads this transformation, investing heavily in robotic systems, AI, and sensors. These technologies are more widespread in Australia than in the US, where automation is often limited to larger facilities. For instance, JBS Australia's automated plants process cattle 20% faster than traditional US methods, reducing costs while maintaining quality. Australian systems also offer superior traceability, allowing consumers to track beef from farm to store via QR codes, a feature less common in the US. This transparency builds trust, especially for American consumers who value safety and origin details. Australia's technological edge ensures its beef meets global standards, with exports to the US growing 5% each year. While US plants are modernizing, they often lag behind Australia's integrated systems. This documentary takes you inside an Australian processing plant to show how its machines outperform US methods, delivering better beef to American table. The beef processing journey in Australia starts with humane slaughter, using automated breech delivery systems to render cattle unconscious instantly. These systems follow stricter animal welfare standards than many US plants, where manual methods can be less consistent. Real-time sensors monitor the process, alerting workers to any issues, unlike US facilities that often rely on periodic manual checks. This ensures ethical treatment and high meat quality. Automated pumps then remove blood quickly, preventing bacterial growth and extending shelf life more effectively than slower US blood collection methods. Skilled workers oversee these systems, ensuring precision that surpasses traditional US practices. Next, skinning is handled by robotic arms equipped with 3D imaging. These machines remove hides without damaging the meat, reducing waste by 10% compared to manual US skinning, which is more labor-intensive and prone to errors. Australia's automated skinning process is cleaner, minimizing contamination risks that can occur in US plants with less advanced equipment. Organ harvesting follows, where AI-driven machines sort edible organs like livers for food and non-edible ones for medical or pet food industries. This process is faster and more hygienic than U.S. methods, which often depend on manual labor, increasing the risk of contamination. Cutting and deboning showcase Australia's technological lead. Automated cutting machines use AI to slice carcasses into steaks, roasts, and ground beef, following precise measurements for consistency. X-ray scanners detect bone fragments, ensuring safety in a way that's less common in smaller U.S. plants, which may still use manual deboning. Australia's robotic cutting lines boost output by 20%. Far outpacing U.S. facilities reliant on slower, labor-heavy methods. Australian workers monitor these machines, combining expertise with technology to achieve results more reliable than many U.S. operations. For example, while U.S. plants are adopting automation, they often lack Australia's level of integration, leading to inefficiencies. Australia's machines don't replace workers, but enhance their roles, making processes safer and more efficient. This contrasts with the U.S., where automation is less widespread and workers often perform repetitive, riskier tasks. Australia's systems set a global standard, producing high-quality beef with fewer errors than traditional U.S. methods. After processing, Australian beef is vacuum sealed by automated systems, keeping it fresher for longer than many U.S. packaging methods, which often use less advanced sealing techniques. Packages include QR codes for traceability, allowing consumers to track the beef's journey from farm to store. This level of transparency exceeds most U.S. systems where traceability is often limited or less accessible to consumers. The packaged beef is shipped to U.S. stores and restaurants. Australia's plants cut waste by 15% and energy use by 10%, outperforming many U.S. facilities which lag in sustainability. Aiming for carbon neutrality by 2030, Australia uses innovations like methane capture, uncommon in the U.S., These efforts keep Australian beef competitive and environmentally friendly. With exports to the U.S. growing 5% yearly, Australia's technology delivers better beef to your plate. When you enjoy a steak, you're tasting the results of Australia's advanced systems, setting a standard the U.S. is still catching up to.
To ensure the health and safety of cows, farmers need to vaccinate and carefully select standards for the weight and shape of cows before transporting them. First, cows will be checked for weight standards. Normally, when cows are about 18 to 24 months old and reach a weight of about 661 to 1322 pounds, they are eligible for harvest. Next, the farmer will inject some drugs into the cows a few hours to a few days before moving them. Farmers can give cows sedatives such as acepromazine, silazine, and detomidine to help cows relax and reduce stress. They also use some anti-motion sickness medications like dimenhydrinate and meclizine to prevent nausea and diarrhea. In addition, antispasmodic drugs such as flunixin meglumine, which reduce the risk of injury, are also used in some cases. To prevent infections, and supplements like vitamin B complex help increase resistance. Farmers also use antibiotics like oxytetracycline. This helps the transportation process go more smoothly and safely. After selecting qualified cows, they are loaded onto a transfer vehicle and taken to the airport. Flying cows might seem unusual, but it effectively solves several logistical challenges. Air transport shortens travel time compared to road or sea, reducing stress for the animals and improving meat quality. Specialized aircraft, like the Boeing 747 or modified freighters, are used for this purpose. These planes have advanced ventilation, temperature control, and reinforced flooring to ensure the cow's comfort. The cows are placed in wooden cages with protective nets and securely fastened for the flight. Hydraulic lifts and ramps are used for loading and unloading, managed by skilled personnel. During the flight, staff and veterinarians monitor the cows, providing sedation and medical care. Air transport offers shorter travel times and a controlled environment, benefiting the cow's health and the quality of the beef. Do you know what types of specialized aircraft are used for this? Like the video and leave a comment for the answer. In some remote steppe regions, personal helicopters are used to transport cows, especially from hilly areas. The process begins by wrapping each cow in a specialized net around its belly and attaching it to a strong rope connected to the helicopter's cargo hook. The helicopter is specially equipped for this task, featuring a reinforced lifting mechanism and a stable platform to securely transport the cows. The pilot must manage a steady and smooth flight to prevent any distress to the animals, carefully planning the route to avoid turbulence. A rescue team on the ground is always ready to assist with the safe disassembly of the net and ensure that the cows are handled with care during the landing process. This team checks that the landing area is clear and helps the cows transition to their new environment. This method offers a fast solution for transporting cows to remote locations, minimizing travel stress compared to traditional methods. Share your views in the comments below. Transporting cows by ship is a strategic method for moving livestock over long distances or across bodies of water. The process starts with preparing a cargo ship equipped for animal transport, including features such as non-slip flooring, effective ventilation, and sturdy safety barriers to ensure the cow's safety and comfort. Before boarding, veterinarians check the cow's health and ensure they have sufficient food and water for the journey. The cows are then carefully loaded into the ship's hold, which is organized into individual pens to prevent overcrowding and injury. The pens are designed to provide enough space for the cows to stand and lie down comfortably. During the voyage, the ship's crew and veterinarians are responsible for monitoring the cow's condition, managing their care, and maintaining a suitable environment by regulating temperature and airflow. Regular checks ensure that the cows receive adequate food and water and that the environment remains clean. The trip can range from a few days to several weeks depending on the distance and weather. Effective planning and preparation are crucial for ensuring a safe and successful transport experience for the cows. Upon reaching the destination, careful unloading procedures ensure that the cows are safely transferred to their next location. Transporting cows by truck is a common and effective method for moving livestock from farms to various locations. The process begins with preparing a specialized truck equipped with features like non-slip flooring, ventilation systems, and protective barriers to ensure the safety of the cows during transit. Veterinarians and staff check the cow's health and make sure they have adequate food and water for the journey. Once the cows are loaded onto the truck, they are arranged in separate sections to prevent overcrowding and reduce the risk of injury. Throughout the journey, the truck is driven smoothly to minimize stress on the animals, with regular stops for checking the cow's condition and providing necessary care. The duration of transport can vary from a few hours to several days depending on distance and traffic conditions. Therefore, careful planning and thorough preparation are essential to ensure a safe and comfortable transport experience for the cows. If you know of any other methods of transporting pets, please share with us. America's cattle industry is a huge economic sector, generating abundant supplies of beef, milk, leather and other products for domestic and international markets. Outstanding with its huge scale, with more than 90 million cows raised and contributing more than 100 billion USD each year, this industry plays an essential role in the national food system. There are more than 700,000 ranches, mainly concentrated in the states of Texas, Nebraska, Kansas and Oklahoma, with Texas having a cattle farming history of more than 300 years. Texas has favorable conditions for cattle farming, with 130 million acres of grazing land and home to popular breeds such as Angus, Beefmaster, Longhorn, and Hereford. Here, farm owners have the choice to graze their cows freely. This method brings many benefits to cow health, the environment, and economic profits. Cows that are regularly exercised are healthier, have fewer illnesses, and produce better quality meat and milk. This method also helps improve the environment by reducing pollution, increasing soil quality, and controlling weeds. Reduce livestock production costs by reducing feed, labor, and facility costs. There are many ways to freely graze cows, such as rotational grazing, strip grazing, concentrated grazing, or combined grazing. To ensure safety and efficiency, farmers install safety fences and provide enough food and water during grazing. They use all-terrain vehicles to control grazing areas and the number of cows, avoiding losses. Cows' food on the farm mainly consists of two types: roughage and concentrate feed. The amount of feed required for each cow depends on many different factors, such as age, breed, milk production, and environmental conditions. Farmers balance their diets to ensure cows receive enough nutrition to survive, grow, and produce. In addition to main food, cows also need clean water, mineral salts, and vitamins. Clean water is essential for every function of the body. Mineral salts help maintain electrolyte balance and prevent deficiency diseases. Vitamins strengthen the immune system and improve overall health. Cows need to drink about 30 to 40 liters of water per day. Water troughs are located in grazing areas and barns, in locations easily accessible to cows. To provide cows with the necessary nutrients, farmers divide their meals into two parts: grazing and feeding in the barn. For cows that are having difficulty giving birth, the staff at the farm will have to prepare and perform surgery and catch calves. The surgical process must ensure hygiene and disinfection. calf is healthy and can stand up and walk within a few hours of birth. Calves will be given milk for about 4 to 6 months before switching to the raw feeding stage. The farm limits sudden weaning to avoid stressing the calf and mother cow. How do you evaluate the cow's reproductive process? Leave a comment below the video to let us know. After reaching 18 to 24 months of age and a weight of about 992 to 1322 pounds, cows are transported to the processing plant. Transport typically occurs early in the morning when the weather is cool. Cows are guided to the transport area via a limited path. They are usually transported by trucks or trailers. Trucks are designed to be airy and safe, providing enough space for cows to move and rest. A layer of sawdust is spread on the truck floor to reduce friction and prevent injuries. Trucks generally have 3 floors connected by mobile stairs, with each floor separated by an iron door. The operator checks these doors for safety before loading the cows. Using paddles, cows are guided onto the truck, with each floor accommodating about 10 to 15 cows to ensure comfort and sufficient oxygen. For short distances, cows are often transported by cart, with carriages connected by sturdy iron axles, allowing for the transport of a larger number of cows. Which shipping method do you think is more popular? Share your views with us.
According to a report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Global Agricultural Information Network GAIN, FAS Canberra forecasts Australia's pork production to increase by 2% to 480,000 tons in 2024. Rising beef and lamb prices due to supply shortages have led consumers to switch to pork, leading to strong pork production growth in the first half of 2023. Pork production is forecast to continue to increase slightly in 2024 due to expectations of lower beef and lamb prices. Meanwhile, Australia exports less than 10% of its pork production and is heavily dependent on imports. From 2019 to 2022, beef and lamb prices increased sharply, boosting pork and poultry consumption. However, a 40% drop in cattle and lamb prices since late 2022 has begun to impact the market, with a significant drop forecast for the second half of 2023 and 2024, which could see some consumers return to beef and lamb. pork production is expected to increase by 11% to 470,000 tons in 2023, but could decline slightly in the second half. Australian pig farmers are globally recognized for their advanced farm management and animal husbandry. The Australian Pig Biosecurity Innovation Initiative, funded with $33.5 million from 2018 to 2028 by the AOS4 Innovation Program and the Livestock Institute. The industry leads in applying genetics to improve livestock efficiency and is innovative in farm and pasture management. Focused on top food safety standards, Australian pig farms, predominantly family-owned, ensure traceability and quality throughout the supply chain. These farms are modern models of agricultural innovation, blending indoor and outdoor environments. Indoor areas feature climate control, slatted floors for hygiene, and automatic feeding systems. Outdoors, spacious paddocks allow pigs to forage naturally, with shelters and rotational grazing protecting the land. This balance of precision and freedom reflects Australia's dedication to sustainable and humane farming practices. On Australian pig farms, piglet breeding and care are carried out with great precision to ensure their health and development. Sows are fed a specialized diet and housed in a climate-controlled environment, maintaining temperatures between 18-day GC and 22-day GC. After birth, piglets are moved to a separate area where the temperature is carefully regulated to 28-day GC for the first few weeks to ensure their comfort. They undergo regular health checks and vaccinations, including preventative measures against diseases such as PCV2 and E. coli. Advanced monitoring systems track their growth and adjust care routines as needed. This thorough approach helps piglets develop into strong, healthy adults ready to join the herd. For more insights into modern pig farming practices and to see how these methods are applied in real time, check out our latest video on the channel. Have you ever wondered how modern pig farms ensure their animals are fed efficiently and healthily? On Australian pig farms, feeding practices are meticulously designed for optimal growth and efficiency. Pigs receive a precisely balanced diet that's customized for their age, weight, and development stage. Automated feeding systems play a key role, delivering up to 5.51 pounds of high-quality feed per pig daily at scheduled intervals. This feed, expertly formulated by nutritionists, includes a blend of grains, proteins, vitamins, and minerals tailored to each stage of the pig's life. Advanced troughs and dispensers minimize waste and maintain hygiene, while regular monitoring adjusts feed composition based on growth and health data. This approach not only supports rapid and healthy growth, but also ensures the well-being of the pigs. Have you ever wondered how pigs are prepared for harvest and transport to food plants? On Australian pig farms, pigs are typically harvested when they reach a market weight of 220 to 265 pounds, usually around 6 months of age. This careful timing ensures that the meat is of the highest quality and produced as efficiently as possible. For transport, pigs are transported to processing plants in specially designed trucks that prioritize their comfort and safety. These trucks are equipped with climate control systems to maintain a stable temperature and provide proper ventilation throughout the journey. Before loading, pigs are inspected to ensure they are healthy and ready for transport. The loading process is handled very carefully to reduce stress, using ramps and experienced handlers to gently guide the pigs. Upon arrival at the processing facility, pigs are unloaded into designated holding pens, where they are held until processing. This thoughtful approach ensures high-quality meat and humane treatment of animals. In Australian food processing factories, the handling and processing of pork follows a very detailed and tightly regulated process to ensure both quality and safety. When pigs arrive at the food factory, they are carefully inspected and weighed to confirm they meet the food factory standards. They are then unloaded and placed in a holding area to minimize stress and allow them to acclimatize before processing begins at the food factory. Processing begins with the humane handling of the pigs, which is carried out under strict animal welfare regulations. This ensures that the process is as stress-free as possible for the animals. After processing, the pigs are quickly transferred to a cleaning station for cleaning and inspection. This is followed by the removal of offal and other inedible parts, ensuring that the carcasses are not contaminated. The carcasses are then rapidly chilled in a freezer at around 39 degrees, which prevents bacteria from growing and keeps the meat fresh. Once the carcasses are sufficiently chilled, they are divided into different cuts according to market requirements. This stage involves food factory workers cutting, deboning, and trimming the carcasses to create a variety of products from pork chops and pork belly to rump and minced pork. Each piece of meat is meticulously inspected for quality, ensuring it meets the required standards for both safety and appearance. Then, at the packaging stage, the pork is wrapped in high-quality protective material to preserve freshness and prevent contamination. Each package is labeled with detailed information, including the type of cut, weight, and production date, ensuring traceability and transparency. The packaged products are then stored in cold rooms until they are ready to be shipped to retailers or distributors. Throughout the entire process, strict quality control measures are applied, including regular checks for cleanliness, temperature control, and adherence to food safety protocols. These measures ensure that every product leaving the food factory meets the highest standards of health and safety. For more insights into the world of Australian pig farming and to stay up to date with the latest developments, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell.